everybody, I am your host Elad, and today I'm reporting to you from Times Square in New York City, where we have Impeach Trump protesters. Let's go talk to some folks, see what's going on.
Welcome in, people who
I see you have a sign over here. This says Impeach Trump, but this side is the better one. It says President Pinocchio, hashtag lies, lies, lies. You're wearing a shirt, it says treason with 45 in the middle. Can you tell me a little bit more about why you're out here, what it means for you to be out here?
So I don't scream at home and break my television set with all the crap that's been going on. It's been 3.5 years of me on the street because I'm totally outraged. Yeah. In my entire life in this country, and I'm from this country, I have never imagined anything so bad, let alone live through it. Yeah. So it's a shame to say that the biggest danger to our country that I've ever seen in 69 years of my life is the President of the United States.
You think the biggest danger is Trump now?
In the White House.
Wow,
the biggest danger our country has ever faced is in the White House, because single-handedly he's undermining everything this country has ever stood for. Yeah. And you know, it doesn't make sense for people that say they love America and love freedoms to sit back and watch all this unfold right in front of them every single day in plain view and not do something about it.
So you said you were frustrated with Trump now for something like 3 years. I know Democrats talk about a lot of different reasons to try to impeach Trump. The Emoluments Clause, Ukraine-gate, Russia-gate.
Every single one of them are very applicable.
What do you think the Democrats' best case is, though?
All of the above. The man has broken the law since the day he's come into the White House. So pick one. But to me, the most current one is the most obvious because he's admitted to it. He's admitted to it in writing and on national television. So, I mean, gotcha. The guy signed his own warrant for arrest.
Trump is saying that he was trying to root out some corruption that was going on with Hunter Biden.
Yeah, right.
Some conflict.
The corruption is Donald Trump and all of his cronies in the White House. Yeah. Every one of them's corrupt, from Mnuchin to Betsy DeVos to every single one of them. They're all corrupt. So if he wants to root up corruption, he needs to go away. And your YouTube channel sounds like it's slanted on the other side. So
did you think the questions were unfair?
No, I think your questions are trying to lead towards something, and you know what? We've heard enough of that bullshit rhetoric, and the time is to look at reality and what's going on all around you in plain view and figure it out, because the guy's admitted on national television that he violated the law. He's admitted in writing that he violated the law. He needs to fucking go away.
Can I ask you one last question?
Yeah.
So many Trump supporters say that Democrats
How many? There aren't any Trump supporters. That's smoke and mirrors too.
At least 50 million people voted for him. But let me finish the question.
That was 4 years ago.
Sure.
He has about 25% support in this country, and those people have their head up their ass and they're willing to die for him. You know,
let me ask.
I'm willing to die for my country, not for fucking Trump.
So many Trump supporters say that Democrats are only trying to impeach Trump because they're not going to be able to beat him in 2020.
Do
you think there's any validity there?
That's bullshit.
Who do you think
trying to get him out of the White House because he's corrupt and he's broken the law?
Who do you think could beat him in 2020?
I don't know, and I don't really care. You can run for office, and I'd vote for you because you're better than fucking Trump is. I am. Everybody here is better than Donald Trump because we know how to tell the truth, and we're not corrupt. We're all human beings. That man is a monster.
Absolutely.
Okay? So anybody is better than Donald Trump. I don't give a shit who it is. So thank you.
Thank you for your time, sir. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We're out here in Times Square today. Behind me, there are many anti-Trump protesters. Your sign says "Caught Red-Handed." It's a great picture of Trump with his hands red, of course. Can you tell me a little bit more about why you're out here, what's going on?
Well, I'm out here because today is a take to the streets. It's to let the people that were elected and are in Congress, let them know that we, the people, are angry and disappointed that they're not doing their jobs, that they're not holding an unlawful president accountable, that this has gone way too long and way too far, and it appears that they're being bullied by a president who doesn't really care about anyone but himself.
I want to follow up. So Democrats, it feels like they have a lot of avenues to try to pursue for impeachment. There's the Emoluments Clause. There's, the taxes that people are worried about. There's Russia-gate. There's Ukraine-gate. What do you think the Democrats' best option is for trying to move forward for impeachment to really try to get him out?
Well, I think this phone call and all the stuff that has come out after it is good because it seemed to hook. It seemed to get attention. It seemed to be irrefutable. And every day that goes by, the president just digs himself in deeper. Mm-hmm. And the supporters of President Trump are doing nothing to refute any of the claims. All they're doing is screaming red herrings.
I know Trump supporters are saying that on the call, Trump was talking about Joe Biden and specifically Hunter Biden. And Hunter Biden was on a Ukrainian gas exec board making $50K a month. I know as recently as today, Hunter Biden stepped down from some Chinese exec board. Do you think there's any funny business going on, any potential conflicts of interest with Joe Biden and Hunter Biden?
There is funny business going on all over the world. But Hunter Biden is not running for president.
Sure, but if Joe Biden's running for president and his son just stepped down from a Chinese board, he's on a Ukrainian exec board, I don't want to see any of my politicians' kids on any exec boards. What do you think about that?
I also don't want to see the president taking advantage of that for his own personal political gain at the expense of the country.
Two things could be true at once, though, right? It's maybe wrong that Trump went and tried to inquire about that, but there's definitely some sort of conflict of interest with Joe Biden and stuff, right?
I'm not going to comment on that because I don't think that's the point. That's not what I'm out here for.
Yeah.
And you asked about what we're out here for.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think there's a Democrat that could beat Trump in 2020?
I think there are many Democrats that could beat Trump in 2020.
Which one do you support and do you want to see beat him in 2020?
I'm not there yet. I'm not. If you want to know where I'm leaning to Elizabeth Warren.
Okay. What do you like about Elizabeth Warren? And that'll be the final question. What do you like about her?
You know, this thing that she just did with Facebook and Trump.
The fake Facebook ad, because Trump had a false Facebook ad, according to her, too.
I think that shows that she can play his game, but not have to stoop to his level.
Yeah, she's kind of punching back. And do you want to see somebody punch back against Trump?
I don't want to cite violence because that seems to be the president's
metaphorical punch
but
back.
Metaphorically, a punch right in the nose would do him good because bullies usually run away when you can punch them in the nose.
I would love to see an Elizabeth Warren-Trump debate. I think that would be phenomenal.
Oh, gosh.
But just in conclusion.
A Trump debate against anyone who has any sense.
I don't think Hillary did a good job against them.
Well, she didn't really know what we were up against. Again, that's old. We're not litigating old stuff. We have a situation right now that is desperate.
Yeah. In conclusion, was there anything else you wanted to mention?
I wish the pundits on the Sunday morning shows would stop allowing the Trump supporters and the Republicans to blatantly tell lies and change the subject and not answer simple questions.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, sir. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Hey, everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. If you're really enjoying the video, hit me up on my PayPal, hit me up on my Patreon, support the channel. Enjoy the rest of the show. I see you got a sign. It says, honor your oath. And what does the other side say? Impeach. Can you tell me a little bit more about why you're out here, what's going on?
Well, it seems that the Congress is claiming that they're not quite sure if people are interested in impeachment. So this is a way to say, yes, I am interested in investigating certain parties for impeachment. It doesn't really stop at Trump. Vice President is questionable. Barr is very problematic. But really, it comes down to everybody honoring their oath, including the President of the United States of America.
Yeah. I wanted to follow up there because I know the Democrats have a majority in the House, but they don't have a majority in the Senate, and if they impeach in the House, they might not be able to remove him in the Senate, and you need a supermajority in both. Do you think if they did move forward with impeachment that we'd actually be able to remove Trump from office in the Senate?
Well, we can't do it if we don't. That's just not a possibility. Right. But if part of the reason that the Senate is being cautious is that they're not sure if there's support behind it, this is a way of showing them that there is. And I think with the investigation, you're going to see more and more evidence that there is a problem within the administration and that it needs to be addressed.
Yeah. So Democrats have a variety of issues that they want to or talk about impeaching Trump on. There's the emoluments clause. They want to look into his taxes. There's Russiagate from a year ago. And now we have Ukrainegate. I'm sure I might be forgetting a scandal. What do you think is the best one to try to say, like, this is what Trump did, this is what's wrong, and this is what we're going to try to focus on? Because right now it seems like some Democrats are talking about some things, some Democrats are talking about other scandals. So, like, what should they focus on?
That's above my pay grade. I mean, the point is, like, that's the purpose of the investigation. We have to see what the evidence is. The evidence is going to dictate whether or not impeachment is a valid course of action. And so, emoluments is a big one for me. Like, I just think that's just incredibly.
And that's existed since the beginning, too.
Absolutely, from the beginning. But it's even more prevalent now with the whole Pence staying in the resort in Ireland, the Air Force having to stay overnight at the resort. It's all been very, very questionable. And for whatever reason, the Congress didn't seem to think it was important enough. When it's
We've never done emoluments on anybody, but Trump could potentially be the first. I know,
set
yeah.
precedent.
I know
Yeah.
many Trump detractors or Trump supporters say that the Democrats are only trying to move forward with this because they don't have a candidate that could beat Trump in 2020. Do you think that
That's
claim
not
has
true at
any
all.
weight?
No, that's not true at all. I think they're concerned that we have several candidates that could beat Trump. And we are experiencing an abundance of riches in terms of candidates. Yes, they have similar ideas, but they all are unique and will bring their own perspective to the office. And so I think that's why they're pushing back so much, is that they know that, one, there's a case, and two, that regardless, we have the candidates.
The timing's a little off, though, I feel like, because next November we're voting. It's a little bit more than a year right now, and the impeachment will take at least a few months to begin. So it's almost like the election will be coming up as this is coming up. So wouldn't it make sense to wait until the election comes up, and then let the American people speak at the ballot box and really show which candidate they want?
No, not at all. I mean, if you're waiting, then you're just basically giving it over to someone else to make the decision.
Well, the American people's will should be the ultimate decision, right?
Right, but that's what our elected representatives are supposed to do. They're supposed to speak for our will. And so, and regardless, the investigation is the important part. Whether an impeachment happens, whether it gets voted in the Senate is not the point. The point is that this information is aired out.
So even if he's not, even if you don't think he can get removed in the Senate, we should still proceed with impeachment in the House.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Just in conclusion, was there anything else you wanted to mention?
No, we hit all of them. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Quite welcome.
So we're out here today in Times Square. Behind us, I don't know if you guys were a part of this, but behind us we have some massive Trump protests. They want to impeach Trump. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you think's going on back here?
To be honest, I think it's a little bit pointless. I don't know what holding up a bunch of signs and just being out here yelling and stuff does, but hey man, if they want to spend their time doing this stuff, they can do what they want, I guess.
What do you think?
Freedom of speech, right?
It's a little late at this point. He's got like a year left. I mean, it's kind of useless, but they can do them.
I know we have the election coming up next November, so in a little over a year right now. Do you think it would be best maybe to wait and then the Democrats could really take it to Trump at the ballot box and kick him out then instead of trying to maybe impeach him here?
Yeah, I think that'd probably be better. I mean, they impeach him now, they're going to get, Pence in there, and then I don't know. I don't know if that'd be any better. So.
I'm surprised you knew that, because I feel like a lot of these people don't know if you impeach Pence, you just get the VP.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Pence won't be any better than Trump. So, I don't know.
What do you think?
I think he gets voted in again.
Yeah, honestly, I think he might too. There's a lot of Republicans in this country right now supporting him, so I don't know.
Do you think part of why they're pushing for impeachment is because the Democrats maybe don't think they could beat Trump in 2020?
Probably, honestly. I think this is the only shot they think they have, and they don't want to have it for another 4 years, so this is probably just their best bet.
I know oftentimes people in the media, and I'm sure many people here, would call Trump an outright racist. So I wanted to ask you guys, do you think of Trump as a racist?
I don't.
I don't think he's racist. He says some dumb stuff, but I don't think he's racist.
Yeah, I think he just kind of speaks out of his ass sometimes. I don't know if I could say that on television, but
and he does. I think Trump supporters know that too, and I feel like that's why they like him.
Yeah.
But just quickly in conclusion, was there anything else you guys wanted to mention? What you guys think about the impeachment process, the upcoming election?
No, I don't really have any comments on that. It's rolling out today, though, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, what about that?
Kanye 2020, if I'm being honest.
Kanye was talking about Trump recently. Kanye seems like he's leaning more right nowadays. I think he wore the MAGA hat at one point. So a lot of interesting stuff going down. But thank you, gentlemen, for your time. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Hey, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode. I wanted to pose the question back to you. What did you think about the interviews I was able to get? Let me know down in the comments. If this is your first time here, guys, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, stay barely informed.